and you've got so much control to isolate angles and block out any peaks, you could see a real roll coming in from XSET when they swap over the other half. Let's see what they can do here. I thought they nerfed the right click, Spanx. What's that about?
There's no nerfing the right clicks to be seen here, and well, we came out with the frenzy to get a couple more kills as well. And I'm just really surprised at how much space Luminosity gave to XSET there, because there was no checking. Okay, you had the trap set, I get it, right? The Killjoy was ready to pounce as soon as he got the notification to come through, but ultimately you gave up so much. Now Moose is all alone, and look at this XSET. They're just chilling. They're not even going to go and try and plant just yet, because they're like, well, we're so definitely going to win this round that we can just bide our time a little bit here. And this was a statement pistol round, if I've ever seen one for sure. Mooch is going to go on out. No one's gone for that spike plant. He's been flashed out. He's been put down. And Fileforfur. So XSET, they're certainly not down and out of this, but they are going to have a tough time, especially when we go onto the A site, at least at the beginning duels they'll take. It is some longer distance. Lear's going to go up. He ain't going to see nothing, but now instantly Thief is there to able to get the kill. And LG, they're having no problem at all. It was the bonus round for XSET anyway. BCJ is going to try his best spraying it out. But now, it's all up to Fileforfur. With just the Sheriff, he'll just do some damage at this point, but LG are looking for that clear, confident, flawless round with no deaths going up into it.
Yeah, it's a shame on the defense to get nothing done when you've got those Spectres. Obviously, you're at a disadvantage in pretty much every fight, but they tried to force up the aggression on B. It doesn't.
The ultimate very early on here. Didn't really have any information to play off, so I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, okay, you've created a lot of space, you've forced players away, but BCJ, he is still here, and Fileforfur's even found the kill onto Thief. So for LG, you're already down a man, you're trying to take some ground, and they keep getting far, they keep moving their way up into the tower, and he will get another kill onto Weeded, but is it going to give them the opening to push into the A site? Even Erin's popping off with a Spectre to push them back a little bit further, and we'll keep the defenses going up as this rotation comes through. So the plant's going to go in. Killjoy ult's going to be committed to it as well, and this is putting XSET in such a good position. They can force players off the spots, keep them at bay, keep them far away.
Problem is, okay, never mind. They noticed Moose, they cleared it, they got it, but BCJ reloading in the open. No one was there with him to take the fight. Your boy Dre gets a second one off of it. Stellar now in a 1 versus 1. That spike, though, it's being tapped, and he has to go back to clear it, but he's seen the player now, knows that he's not on it, starts to move forward in the open, and a nice headshot to close out the round. LG, they get away with murder. Problem for XSET is, again, the odds are not in their favor. They've stacked up B with the 3 players, and the problem is more so the position that they're in. The rotate is leaving Viper to move first, so you have to be certain that it's an A take. And so when a Proto gets that kill, there's no one there to support. They can't physically be there that early. And that's the problem with popping that ult where it was. Your A player has to hold on. And with it being an Omen, they don't really have that slowing power that someone like a Killjoy would. This was a heavy B gamble and one that has not paid off.
Few players going to be spotted out. Thief still going to be able to pick up the pieces as much as possible. Erin was charging on forward, but not much is going to happen, and still 3 alive around where the rest of the team were smoked off and couldn't help him.
This ult, we've seen it used before, but I want to point out the change that they've gone for. 2 players towards the A site this time, and BCJ previously in the round before, he got shut down in upper B. This time he's the one opening it up on the ramp of A. And they're switching their players around like crazy. I mean, it's hard to get a read on where they're playing, even from our perspective where we can see them. As round to round, it's a swibbity swap. We've seen Killjoy on the A side. We've seen BCJ on B. The hands are reversed this time. In fact, Twifey was the player that was maining B main, but now with the Killjoy in play, they'll use the utility to try and lock this down, and no better time to make that change. The wall goes down, and here's the push. Utility in play to stop them and slow them, destroying the ult, but now they know that Aaron is in the back. He is being spotted, he's being flagged, and now he's being tagged. Taken out of the game. Pure trying to keep it alive, but he can't quite get it done. A slow and a plant. A 2v3. Not favorable for LG, but now it is.
That's exactly what they needed there. Big kill coming out from Moose, but they did not expect the flank from BCJ. And XSET, well, we're going to get a bit of the teabagging action going on. They're now starting to say, okay, look, we're bringing ourselves back a few rounds into this. And Mitch, I think you'd agree with me here that we're going to come down to this first initiation was Moose. He's going to be spotted out. BCJ gets pushed off his location, tries to throw the power iron out to work in favor of him, but it's not going to come in. LG, they're just bundling their way forward. They're making this work. Big fights being taken. And Pure, he's finally able to fight back a little bit here, but they need a hell of a lot more than that. The spike's going to go down, and Thief, he needs to come up huge, and that's exactly what he does. Time to shine, and only Erin to find. He's got a Phantom, but pushing the smoke, still walking away with the kill. Now it's the reposition. He knows he's got to make some noise either way, because he knows he needs to get his skates on. Oh, this could actually be huge. Even though the revive's coming back up, he's thrown down his ult behind the wall. Oh, how does he want to play this, though? Interesting.
He can't take these fights, so he's going to just buy the time. He got
I thought that was I thought there was going to be a chance.
Or one shot and a body shot, so you're going to go for it. Now, Thief, there we go, the immediate bailout. He finds the shot, dismisses out, and that's something that I think a lot of players need to learn on Reyna. Heal is not your most valuable. In fact, the self-heal is probably the least used ability in her kit. Dismiss is so much better because you get a fight, and immediately you're out of there if anyone was going to trade. It basically counters good spacing. Yeah,
it's getting the advantage, right? Once you've got that number, you can play off teammates and have confidence in that. You don't always have to heal your way up into it.
And you get a Sage, right? So the Sage can heal you if you're that worried about it.
What I'll be worried about right now is Erin doing so much damage again. He's obviously feeling it after what we saw on the last round of the first half. Thief's going to poke on out, but he's instantly refragged, and a Proto tries to pounce on top of it, but it's weeded with the Frenzy.
Taker to maintain the site when a Killjoy on this map has got that ulti in hand. Stellar luckily comes in just in time with that wall, but it gets broken immediately. That gives you boy Dre the timing. Throw out the nade to take one fight and get away with it. Stellar coming up for more. They're going to continue to face, much to Weedid's delight, as he's able to at least find himself one back, but it's still not bought back into the round, right? Look at the smoke perfectly blocking out Omen. This is fantastic, but Moose gets distracted, and Aaron, takes the kill. That's huge now, a 3v3. The Killjoy ult, as we said, on the back of that kill is put down with the spike planted. This buys them so much time.
Huge amount of time and more damage to be done. Erin looking to lock it down, looking to hold it down, and although Stella puts it into the 1v1, the reefed weaponry, that's going to be the problem here. They need to hit some incredible sheriff shots, and that's what Thief's going to do. Just in the nick of time, he heals up off that one. He wants to stay as charged up and ready as possible. Weedid is quite low here as well, so there's a chance that he might be falling early on.
Are they?
If they try to push on forward.
They've got such a nice lineup there to put down that orb.
Yeah.
The poison orb just completely blocks out Heaven for the cross. It saves you using one of your omens, so you can immediately smoke out spawn. That's really smart. And then they replace it with a proper smoke up into Heaven so that they can't peek sight. I love that setup. And this is what I was talking about, right? When you have a Viper and you have an omen, you can do a lot. But can you hold on? That's the question. Grifo able to get himself a double. Purer in with more, but here come the Sheriffs. They're ringing out, and BCJ's got it all to do. He can't finish it out, because Moose had picked up a Vandal, and the weapon is just too strong. Hits the heady right away. 10-8 we go, and a light buy for LG gets them the win. The lack of ultimates with the fact that you've just had Thief, who's already popping off like crazy, who's using the Phantom in prime range when he peeks into Heaven. Now with the ultimate, that extended rate of fire. He gets flashed, but he just falls back, right? He still has 2 Leers to play off of the Empress. He's going to have to take the peak pretty soon. And he hears the players dropping out, pushing out. There goes the Leer. Here comes the push. The second one, actually, he's just delaying them as much as he can. Does he know there's a player coming up behind? He lost control of the spray, and he almost lost control of his life, and he does in the end. Pure with a double. Now 1v2, or 1v3. This is XSET, hands down. Pure finishes it off with the quickly popped ult. Now, it's something that we expect a little bit more. Those smokes, as you said, 19 seconds on the board, almost 20. Gives them a lot to work with, but there's not a lot to work with for the defense of the C site. They've played a very A and mid-heavy game, which leaves C completely open. And XSET, will they get that read, gamble, whatever you want to call it? Either way, they get the bomb plant, the spike plant. Whoops.
Did he avoided the shot darts coming out towards him. Thief's not going to do well here at all. Well, he is going to do well, but he's not going to be able to do more damage. I thought he was just going to be overwhelmed because I'm looking at this retake, but Thief, he's getting it done. Maybe this is where we will see his Reyna really pop off. Smokes are going to be put down, though. This is where the Brim comes into action. For LG, this was the 5v5 retake. Oh, wow. BCJ putting in the work. They're being helped out. That one-way smoke actually benefited XSET here. And then
the Wifo as he just bails on out, moves towards the site. He's been tagged up, just 10 HP remaining. No Sage like we saw on the previous map. And it has been a feature of Haven a little bit in EU, but not so much in North America. Those shock darts swinging on through, they might actually catch the Cypher. I think he's in the right spot to get hit by them.
Oh no, Pura! Putting in so much work with the knives, at least making this doable for him. Moose is just rocking on forward with the opening, goes in for the spam, and he is getting it done. He's spraying them down. He's trying to do as much damage as possible. It's now up to BCJ. He's trying to fight back on this. They're taking fights directly to him. He can't quite see where to shoot from. He's not tagging them up. He's not getting it done. And oh, wow. Dre stays alive on 6 HP.
Type before. But sometimes it's hard to make the right call in the moment, and right there you see the downside of it. You've got ults online for XSET, and I think realistically you're going to try to put that drone out if you're the Sova. Grab your Hunter's Fury, or possibly just play for the post plans, because at the moment they're getting free presence towards this C site. The Cypher playing very, very passive, and as soon as he peeks, he's taken down, but Thief, how did he get away with that? The dismiss gets him out of there as well. Doesn't quite make it safely away. Tagged down to 32. When he refaces, he joins your boy Dre in the waiting lobby for the next round.
No,
What was Moose doing?
He is just super unlucky with that. He's like, oh, maybe that won't get me from that distance.
Puts in the effort, and you can see the rewards of it here, because the start of this map, he's 11 for 2 right now with the ult online and a 5-1 lead. That kind of thing is the stuff of dreams. And right now, he's looking to extend that even further. Right, have XSET got like a Cypher cam above the site? Are they playing with Mechano gun or something? Because they're pushing A when no one's here. The only player had pushed up on short, and they shut him down. Now they've got the site for free. It feels like if LG have a weakness, they find it every time.
Yeah, the reads are certainly coming in good here for XSET. They are going to be forced off there, but it's only going to buy him some time. Stella looking to try and make some work in with the molly as well. It's all going to come down to these pushes through. They're looking for a thrifty round. They're looking for success. Moose is there as well, but it's not working out for him. Just in the nick of time, he goes down. He starts to spray them all. One by one, they start to fall. They all try to push in from the spawn.
It's a very small part, but every little can help. If you can maximize the amount of cash that your team builds up. Once you hit 9K, it's useless, right? But either way, Dash going to come through here from Pure, surely. Yeah, I guess they're just sensing out, getting a feel for where that Cypher's playing, knowing he doesn't put anything around middle. BCJ on a Thief, continuing to frag. Winged, though, does fall straight away after getting that plant. Luckily, the spike goes down first, leaving it into a 3v3. The retake is on for LG. They're not up against any ultimates. They managed to pop their own, so now they've got all the info.
But look at this, the confidence. That's not so ideal though, Erin. That didn't work out in your favor. Still, they've got the numbers advantage. They're going out for the fights though. This is where it could be problematic. Moose knows how to take advantage in situations like this. Straight in for the kill. Dwyfo goes down, and he's got enough time to defuse.
Just about. One of those ones where you have a little bit of a heart attack, but 1.19 seconds. Roster on this XSET logo. I'm scared for anybody coming up against them. They won the previous tournament, as I said, the Complexity tournament, with this guy freshly on the team. Now they've had a bit more time to prepare and practice, and they're already off to a great start in this round with a classic wallbang, something you don't see all too often. But trade it out to keep the man advantage over in the attacker's favor. The spike will be planted, and the retake will be on with weak weapons.
Dre's just about going to miss the mark with that. So close, especially with BCJ being low. Could have given him a chance with this round. Still, mistakes can be made. Oh, the satchel's going out. Spectre in play, and Erin loves to go in with it over and over again. They clean up in
that changes that have come through, but I would imagine they would help a little bit more on the defense, and it certainly didn't.
Well, BCJ was sticking around a fair bit there. Fired off the first few shots, already called for that rotation. And look, XSET are here. They are ready. They are dominating. They are putting bodies on the floor, and there's not even a chance of a spike plant as LG get
wrong. It's just like Pure and BCJ are having a lights out series. This is the second time that we've seen this team play, like second tournament that they've played in with this full lineup. Obviously, they've won, as I was saying earlier, the Complexity NSG Invitational, and right now they're looking set to win their opening game in this one here because it's a 5v4. They've got the site, they've got the plan. The retake is going to come in. You know, look at this. Everything's going XSET's way on those fights.
Oh, the dismiss. Oh, you were saved. You've got a chance. But it's all lost. All hope is lost. The game is lost. The series is lost. And XSET, they've taken it in a stunning fashion with 13-2 on Haven.